just I sort of mentioned this before, but like having like sort of the one-on-one sort of aspect of it because of like the small sizes. That was something that really helped me, because like it's a lot easier for like the teachers to sort of identify what students and what kind of help each student needs.
Hi, I'm Brian Master, and today we're talking with Jonah Milo. He's a graduate of the YMCA Academy Toronto. Jonah, good to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about what you've been doing since you graduated from the YMCA Academy. For example,
Mhm.
have you gone to a post-secondary school somewhere?
Yeah, I'm at George Brown right now, doing general arts and science. So I'm going into my second year of that program right now, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do after I finish that program. Because leaving high school, I wasn't really 100% sure what I was going to do. So the general arts and science program is just it's a very broad thing, and then I can choose to go into something more specific after.
Do you think that the YMCA Academy influenced you for your choice of post-secondary education?
Well, I only had heard about this program actually from the YMCA Academy. I didn't know that it was because I was like my last year of high school. I was putting a lot of stress on myself trying to pick a specific path. And they were like, you don't have to do anything specific right now. You can take just the general arts program. Um, so yeah, I feel like yeah, they really showed me like, yeah, you don't have to do anything specific right away. You can sort of take your time, make sure you're choosing the right path.
Well, that's encouraging, huh?
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
think it'd get pretty stressful
Yeah. So.
when people say, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" or something like
Yeah.
that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, they do a good job there. You're really showing you just all the options
At the
for
academy, you mean?
yeah, at the academy, yes.
If you were to write, let's say you were to write a resume and you're
Mhm.
going to list your experiences and accomplishments and interests while you're at the YMCA Academy, just overall, what would it say? Your interests and accomplishments in a resume. How would that look?
My the year I graduated, I got the community involvement award. So every grad class they give out an award for whoever sort of was a really large part of the community. So that was yeah, I mean that was pretty nice just to be recognized as yeah, just a part of the community because it's a really good community there. So yeah, that would be like my first thing on the list. Yeah.
And was that, you mean community involvement? Was it within the school or within the neighborhood where the school is?
Yeah, it's within the school, so like participating in all the events and stuff. So yeah, being like a leader in the community, just all that kind of stuff.
So, other than the academic stuff, first of all, let's go back here. How about some of your experiences within the curriculum? What things sort of stood out for you?
Going into the school, I was really like I wasn't exactly like the greatest student. So, but like coming out of it, I felt like they really they instilled some sort of uh like strategies to help me work and stuff. So they really um sort of instilled some hardworking skills in me. Like in my first year of college, like I feel like a lot of the reasons where like I was able to be successful was because a lot of things I learned sort of throughout my time at the YMCA Academy. Just like yeah, being able to get work done and stuff. So
So they they
um,
they sort of prodded you along to that.
yeah. So
Well, that's
yeah.
good to hear. What
Mhm.
about extracurricular stuff like sports or any social clubs, drama, that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of clubs and stuff. Like there was one club that I was really involved in was the cooking club. So every Wednesday
Oh,
yeah, we meet up, we sort of cook we just pick some sort of healthy food to cook. So that was something that I was very involved in. They're very encouraging to like sort of try out all sorts of different kinds of clubs. Like I was part of like a wide variety of clubs. So I took part in the D&D club even though I never played Dungeons and
oh
Dragons.
yeah.
So even though I never played before that, I was sort of like, oh, sure, I'll try it out. So that was pretty fun. Um, We had some student run clubs, like our running club that was started by one of our sort of more senior students. Where every like Monday, I think it was, we just meet up and run around the track and stuff.
Fabulous.
Um, so yeah, so there are lots of clubs, and they're very welcoming clubs too for all sorts of.
You mentioned that it was a senior student that started the running club. And
Mm-hmm.
did they give the autonomy to come up with an idea and get a group of people around it and go with it?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's very like students have like a lot of influence over the things that happen there. Like if you have an idea, you just have to bring it up with a sort of a teacher or somebody, and it'll get done. If you have if you're willing to commit to it,
Hmm.
like any idea you have can get done there. Like like our computer lab actually was created by some students. Like we've always had like some laptops, but a couple of students they wanted like an actual room with a bunch of like computers in it. So the teachers were like, all right, listen, we got a couple computers up in like our storage, and if you want to fix them up, you can have a computer lab. And yeah, that was how our computer lab was created. So there's a lot
Wow.
of student involvement within the school. Yeah.
So you took parts, was it like taking parts from a few computers that were not working well to come up with one or two really good ones?
This was like before my time, so I wasn't
Wow.
really sure how it exactly happened, but yeah, it was created by students. So
Wow, that's great. Pretty, what's the word? Pretty resourceful.
yeah, for sure.
I just want to go back a sec because you mentioned the cooking club, and cooking is one of my
Mhm.
favorite things. So, what were some of the dishes you came up with, Jonah?
So everything there was like vegetarian and stuff. So
Oh,
we made some like I think like probably like my favorite thing that we created was we made sweet potato pancakes one week.
so Jonah, what about a couple of courses you excelled at?
I did pretty good in math, like because for me going into the school, math was like one of my subjects where I was like just barely getting by. So, but by like the time I was taking like grade 12 math, and I was doing pretty good, I passed with all right grades. Um, so that was just like a big thing for me because I always struggled with math a lot. So just being able to like sort of like do pretty well at it, that was like my personal triumph.
How long were you at the YMCA Academy? How-
So for my entire high school, so
Okay,
four
great.
years.
Now this is a big question. If
Mhm.
you can think back to all the time you were at the YMCA Academy, what was the one proudest moment you had while you were at the school? The proudest memory, I should say.
The thing that sticks out would be I already mentioned this before, but like getting that community involvement award, that was pretty cool. Um, just because like yeah, I touched on this before, but like the just being like acknowledged as like a member of that community because I just really enjoyed being a part of the community there. Mhm.
Let's think back to when you and your family were choosing a school for you to go to, Jonah.
Yeah.
Now, how and why did the YMCA Academy get chosen? And where were you attending school before the YMCA Academy?
I was in the public school system before, so I was at my middle school was Earl Grey Public School.
Oh, yeah.
Um, yeah, and for my older sister, she actually went to the YMCA Academy when it was a long time ago when it was sort of like in its more early stages. I think there were like only 15 students there when she went there. So and they had good memories of it because it worked for her. She was able to get through high school and stuff. So they brought it up with me and they were like, we really think you can do good if you go to this school. So yeah, I gave it a shot.
What did you appreciate most about attending the YMCA Academy, apart from your community involvement award? What's the one thing you appreciated most about the school?
Overall, I feel like the people there are really like are like everybody from like the students and the teachers and stuff. Just being able to be like around like just very supportive people and having sort of like that influence because that really like allowed me to succeed like both academically and also personally. Like it's just nice having somewhere where you can go and like sort of yeah, just be around sort of like very positive energy one on one because it's a pretty small school, so like you really get a chance to sort of like meet everybody and sort of like you know talk with everybody and stuff. obviously like all the sort of academic support was
Oh,
really nice to have. Like just I sort of mentioned this before, but like having like sort of the one-on-one sort of aspect of it because of like the small sizes, that was something that really helped me, because like it's a lot easier for like the teachers to sort of identify what students and what kind of help each student needs, because they really get a chance to sort of like understand the students sort of one-on-one. So yeah, the academic support was really good, and there was like a lot of it.
excellent.
Mhm.
Let's take a step back here and try and see the YMCA Academy as objectively as possible. And to the best of your knowledge, what in your mind, Jonah,
Mhm.
differentiates the YMCA Academy from other schools a family might be thinking of choosing?
The sort of community that there is there, I would feel like that's a sort of a big thing that stands out, there, along with sort of the sort of the effort that is put in to sort of help out the students a lot. Like there's like a lot of sort of things that like we've got like homework club where every I think like yeah 2 times a week we've got homework club. We've also got like um even just like teachers will like just take a couple times out of their week to sort of help out students that are behind. So sort of like the effort that everybody in the community puts in, to sort of make it a good sort of a good experience for everybody.
Well, that's quite a difference to hear that, some people are have their challenges in learning, and it sounds to me like not only the faculty but other students help you get along as well. Is that about
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
Say the YMCA Academy was going to be personified. That is, it's going to be one single person, and it's up to you to describe the personality of that person, the YMCA Academy, in 3 words.
Oh, it would definitely one of the words like right off my top of my head, welcoming is
Hmm.
definitely one of them. Um, I guess as well, caring, that would be another one of them too. Um, I think it's the sort of goes along with welcoming, but inclusive as well.
How did you feel welcome when you walked through the doors of that school?
Well, like my first day there, as soon as I walked in, it was like I had like people like saying hi to me and stuff. And like even like if it's your first day there, and if you have like an idea, people will like they'll be sort of open to your ideas and stuff.
Mm,
So no matter like who you are, people are always going to be like open to hearing your voice and stuff.
excellent. And so the second thing you said was caring.
Yeah, so this is like caring. I said that because um a lot of times like everybody there, they sort of like they put in the effort to sort of making sure you're doing all right, both in terms of like making sure you're doing all right academically,
Mm.
and also just like mentally, you're okay and stuff.
That's we could go on about that for a while, I think, but let's get to number 3. And you said you felt that it's inclusive.
Hmm.
In
Yeah.
what way?
So yeah, this is sort of goes in hand with welcoming, but like it's just like sort of everybody is sort of like involved with one another and stuff. Like we sort of like everybody sort of is understanding of one another there. um so yeah, just you're never just gonna see anybody like being left out of like, or sort of like having their ideas like pushed aside and stuff.
No, good. So
Mhm.
what would you say are the school's highest values in actual practice? I mean, you talked about the things that if the YMCA Academy were a person, those 3
Mhm.
things, care, welcoming, caring, and inclusive. But what, in actual practice, what are the school's highest values?
Well, there's actually like we actually have sort of like our 5 values
Oh,
that sort of we run by. So it's also the because we're connected with the YMCA, obviously the YMCA Academy, because the YMCA has 5 core values where so it's honesty, health, respect, caring, and inclusiveness.
Hmm.
So those are the five values that we run on. Um, and so yeah, those are the five things that they're sort of like get like sort of we always have to make sure we're upholding.
What do you think that students and their families would find surprising about the YMCA Academy?
Honestly, like I was when I first walked in, I was surprised how friendly everybody was. Like I was I was not expecting everybody to be like everybody to be so happy so happy and stuff. Like it was the first day of school. Everybody was like, hey, like smiling at each other and stuff. People were smiling at me even though like nobody knew me and stuff. So that's like was a big like what's going on here type thing when I first walked in the doors.
And you found yourself smiling back?
Yeah, of course, of course. If you're around happy people, it's easy to be happy.
That's a cool thing to be surprised by.
Yeah, for sure. It was a nice surprise.
I want you to think about all the classmates you had, whether you knew them well or not well. And if you can just kind of put them all together and come up with a typical YMCA Academy student, um, how what are they like, and how do you remember them relating to one another?
They'd definitely be very enthusiastic.
Oh,
Um, that's a big one. Like we've got some like enthusiastic people there. Like in every sort of if in every like event, no matter what it is, people are always going to be like really getting really excited for it and stuff. Like um also very involved in stuff, like enthusiastically involved, right? So you're not just sort of like taking part in something, like you're actually like gonna be like involved in it. It's yeah, it was like even if we're just going on like a trip to the ROM, everybody's just gonna be like um everybody's always just gonna be like really like sort of like enthusiastically like participating in whatever we're gonna go see, which was that was really yeah it's really it's fun to sort of like have everybody be like excited about doing something and stuff. So
cool. Do you think your experience at the YMCA Academy shaped who you are today as a person?
mhm. Yeah, I would think so. Like if you're spending like a large majority of your time anywhere for like 4 years, it's gonna have an influence on you. But I'm pretty like I'm glad that like I had the YMCA's influence on me for those 4 years.
Oh, good.
I mean, it's definitely made me a much more open person. Um,
Hmm.
like before I was there, and even in like so like the longer I was there, I found like the more I was being like sort of the more I was like willing to put my voice out there and stuff. Like, because when I was first there, I was sort of like I was kind of like a quiet person. I wasn't really like sharing my opinions and stuff. And by the time I left there, I was like I was always talking and stuff.
If you had to
Mhm.
pick something to change about the school, what do you think it would be?
Change about it. Okay,
And further to that, what would have helped you if it were different about the school, if that change was going to be enacted?
I feel like this isn't exactly like a change, but it's more sort of like increasing
Hmm.
something. So like we have sort of like a lot of like community building sort of like activities that we would do. So like once a month we would get together and sort of like do like sort of team building activities within our school. So I would say if we were like in order like increasing that would be definitely be something that I would like to see more of there.
Team
Um,
building.
but yeah, because it's such a nice like community there. I would like to see like us like spending like even more time working with that and stuff.
Good.
Mhm.
So now, how is your perspective on the school and the experiences you had there? How they've evolved over time, especially that you've been away from the school for a while?
Right. I think like well for me like going to like being in um any other sort of like going to like work and stuff, I find that like it's like it sort of like shows me how different like a place the YMCA Academy is because like I like that the YMCA Academy was like that was like my main community for like 4 years. So like leaving that and seeing like other communities in the world, it really just like showed me like how sort of like special that place was, how like enthusiastic everybody is there. That's definitely yeah. That's I only really noticed that once I left there.
Would you recommend that other students enroll in the YMCA Academy? And if so, what are the three big reasons that someone should think of?
Um, yeah, I would say like for sure you should definitely highly consider it. So like, well, first of all, it's gonna help you a lot. Like academically, I feel like everybody that I talked to that was like a YMCA student, they were all like they all felt like the YMCA definitely like helped them graduate, not even just like just graduate, but like graduate and like have like sort of like a path and stuff. Because like a lot of the people that I talked to there, they were like, yeah, before coming here I didn't like have any path, but now they're off and doing some specific thing. So yeah, just in terms of academically, it's gonna help a lot. Also just having like a community to be a part of. I feel like that's like regardless of how you're doing academically or not, like just having a community is like just a great thing to have, and having such like a positive one like the YMCA,
Right.
just like having somewhere where like you can go every day to sort of like um and just have like that be like a comfortable space for you. That's just a really nice thing to have. And also you're just gonna like meet a lot of cool people there. Um, there's a lot of cool people at that school.
Have you
So
stayed friendly with them after?
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, good.
I've been in touch with pretty much like all my friends I graduated with. Like
Wow.
we're still in touch and stuff. So
So imagine there's a family watching you say this. Is there anything you would say to a family considering the YMCA Academy? If so, what should they know?
along with being like sort of like a place where like you can learn and graduate and stuff, it's gonna be like it's like for me it was like probably like for the 4 years I was there, like the school there was like my place where like I felt most comfortable.
Mm.
So yeah, it's just like a place where like you can go and feel like safe and stuff.
Say a family's touring or visiting the school, is there anything physical outstanding about it that you can think of?
Yeah, actually we're connected to the Central YMCA.
Beautiful.
So yeah, so we every student there we gets a membership there. So me and all my friends we'd go and we'd like just like play ball after school for like way too long. Um all of our gym classes were like in the YMCA. So like we have access to all that equipment and stuff. Along with like I'm pretty sure it's like an Olympic sized swimming pool there. So we got nice facilities. Um, and like we also have, I think one sort of class that just came up there recently was a personal fitness class where like you pretty much have access to the entire equipment of the YMCA. So the gym, that's like our standout like physical feature of the YMCA.
Say there's a student who's considering going to the school, or they're gonna be going to the school, let's say.
Mhm.
What's the one piece of advice you would give a student who's just about to enter the school?
Sort of don't be afraid to like share your opinion, because like it's gonna be like people are gonna be like accepting of like all your ideas and stuff. And it took me a little while before like I was sort of like always like sharing my opinion and stuff and like making my voice heard. But even if like you're just starting out there and like you're like sharing your ideas and stuff, people are gonna be like welcoming of your ideas and stuff. So I would say that, and also just have fun there. Have fun.